All right, good morning, guys. This is Wunodede. Welcome to the village. We're in Karateng. Mama, where are we?
In my house.
Oh, in White House? Yeah. So, guys, I have a big problem that I need you guys to help me solve. My kids have been learning Swahili. Mama, who's your teacher's name? Teacher?
Teacher.
Ikia.
Teacher.
Okay.
Teacher.
Okay, we're gonna remember later. Come, Mama. Come, Mama. Yeah. So, I've noticed a problem because I want my kids to speak Swahili and other native languages. And I noticed some problem here that I require your expertise, especially for those of you who are language teachers. One of the things we've started with is greetings. And so here's problem number one. Mama, jambo.
Jumbo jet.
Jambo.
Jumbo jet.
Okay. So that's problem number one that I'm trying to figure out. And for her brother, whenever you say habari, he says Missouri, which actually in his mind means Missouri, the state in the US. And so our Swahili lesson is still kind of not quite where I need it to be. Mama, what's she teaching about? What did the teacher teach you about?
Teach me Swahili.
Swahili? What else? What else did she teach you?
The boy and girl.
Boy and girl. What's boy and girl, Mama? See?
Msichana
And?
and
Mvula?
mvulana.
Which one is boy and which one is girl?
Msichana and mvulana.
Okay, so msichana is girl,
Yeah.
and mvulana is?
Boy.
Okay, what else did the teacher teach you, Mama?
He teach me science.
What? Science?
Yeah.
You did science in Swahili?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are trying. We are really trying. And I know many Kenyan American or Kenyans who live outside Kenya have figured out how to teach their babies Swahili and native tongues. So I want to learn from you how you've done it because we've started it. It's still not going exactly the way I anticipated, but we're making progress. Welcome to the village, guys. Mama, can we show them around
Yeah.
so we can make them jealous?
Yeah.
So they can come join us in the village, right? Okay, we'll turn it around. Let's show them around. Okay, folks.
Daddy,
Yes?
wait for me. I'm taking my shoes first.
All right, your shoes are over here. Come on. All right, guys. So we are.
Daddy!
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I'm right here. Take watch. Where's your watch, Mama?
Over here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so that's. Okay, Mama, I'm waiting. Yeah. Take it. Yeah, so folks, I'm really trying this language thing, and we are still struggling a little bit. So I want to learn from you what you've done to help your kids pick up a native language. Oh, and by the way, look at the weather. This is every morning in the village. And it warms my heart to wake up in the morning to the people who care about me in this amazing climate. So if you've never thought about moving to the village, even if it's part-time, think about it. Trust me, it's worth it. I'm a Kenyan American. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I'm working my way to move to the village with my supervisors. It's taking us time. For us, it's a multi-year process. And so we are putting things together to make that happen. So we started with a few investment properties, but at the same time, we also then moved on to building at least spaces that can be comfortable. So over the years, I've built a few structures. This is just one of them. And then my brother's home is right behind me, right over there. And then we did a few projects here and there for returnees. So if you need help with construction, getting land, investment properties and things like that, or even if you just need advice, I'm happy to connect with you. If you get like a quote and you're not sure if it makes sense, just send it to me. I will review it for free. So we do all things of that nature. So one of the things I want to do, at least my wife and I want to do for our kids, is that we want to make sure that our kids integrate easily into our communities. And part of it is about the language. Because when you meet me and the kids, you cannot tell the difference between my kids and the kids who are raised here until they open their mouths. So there are certain times that I want to be anonymous until the kids open their mouths. And then, of course, a few things change. Like when I go to buy stuff, there's a few things that give me away, particularly my shorts. And guys, I don't like putting on long pants when I'm home because the weather is just incredible. And why should I cover my sexiness when the weather allows us to do so. So anyway, so the challenge I have with the kids is that I might go to the market to get something, and of course I speak my native tongue very well. That's what comes as the default. In fact, this English thing, I only use it here or on YouTube. When I'm done, we go back to factory settings. And so when I go out and we need to buy something, it works out okay until my kids open their mouths. Then quickly people can tell that definitely they don't live around here full time. And so part of my strategy to help with that and to also just help them integrate easily into the community is to have them learn my native language, which is Luo, and then to have them learn Swahili. So we've hired a Swahili teacher to help a couple of times a week. She comes over here, does the lessons, and they're doing a good job. I am not trained to teach these little ones. I am trained to work with grown-ups. And so I'm seeing some really interesting things they're picking up. And I want to hear what folks have done that works. If there's things I could do besides just hiring somebody to teach them our tongue, what else are you guys doing to teach your kids language? Or in general, what are your thoughts about language? Because I know that one challenge we run into at home is that colonialism runs really deep in the village. And so when I brought our kids back, I thought they would be speaking Swahili and native tongues with kids around here. But surprisingly, kids here insist on speaking English, even in the village. It was a big disappointment for me because I was hoping they would get an opportunity to actually practice Luo and Swahili. But no, when people show up, they're busy talking to them in English. So now it looks like I have to work extra hard to get them to learn Luo and mother tongue, other mother tongue, because we have neighbors, we have Kalenjins on the other side, we have Maragolis, we have Bunyores, and I want them to pick up the basics so that when we go to Bunyore, they can communicate at least the basic ones. When we go to Nandi, they should be able to communicate with their cousins over there. And so if there are strategies that folks are using out there that are working when it comes to language, I'd like to hear from your thoughts. But so far, I think we're making some progress. Probably not enough. And kids are also different. Some kids take on languages much more easily than others. Because I've noticed like my daughter is much faster with the language. My son doesn't care a whole lot. He can do it. He just requires a little bit of encouragement to do a whole lot. But my daughter picks it up fairly easily. In fact, often I give them instruction in Luo. And they simply do exactly what needs to be done. So the only time I notice that they tend to make certain things. For example, when the food is hot, my kids will come and tell me, "Daddy, can you code it?" And I don't know how to translate code it in English. I would need somebody who knows a lot of English to help with that. But basically, it's a mix of Luo and English in the same word. So there's still a little bit of mixing going on. But in terms of instruction, I can always tell them something and they'll still pick it up and do exactly what I want. But I really, really want the kids to pick up the language because I know I used to be a language teacher a long time ago. I know how beneficial it is for kids to have multiple languages. And so if there's things that you're doing that are working, let me know. But also, like I said, because of the colonial history, a lot of people stay away from native languages. In fact, I have met grown-ups right here in the village who tell me that their parents would punish them for speaking mother tongue. For us, they would do that in school. But once you come off school, it is factory settings. We speak mother tongue round the clock, no issues. But I remember in primary school, even in high school, we would be punished for speaking our mother tongue. And now that I'm a grown-up, I'm just looking at that, I'm thinking, what in the world were those guys doing? But I understand. Colonialism runs deep within our communities. And so that's one of the things I'm hoping to change, at least within my family. And that's why I want to learn from you. All right, folks. Welcome to Karateing Fox, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.